The Federal Reserve minutes higher, but not too high. Basically, on Wednesday, the Federal Reserve basically had a call that they were basically going to continue to raise rates, 50 and 75. I believe there's a 50% chance rate on in September and a 45% chance rate for the 75. And in other news, Prince Harry's underwear from Las Vegas party scores $250,000 bid. I was gonna make a joke about the royal jewels and the royal scepter, but there's already too much wrong with this story, so just hey ForexMilitia, Parsival here again with the calendar for the week of the weekly outlook for the week of the 22nd to the 26th. And let's go over last week's calendar just to see what actually went on last week. And we basically had the monetary minutes from the Aussie, and the big one was a rate increase from the Kiwi, which went from 2.5 to 3. All right, and of course the FOMC minutes, very hawkish, and unemployment coming out of the Aussie, which saw it was negative, but the unemployment rate actually dropped. All right. So going into this week, we've got PMIs coming out from just about every from the eurozone, actually the eurozone and the dollar, and then we got a preliminary. We got a preliminary GDP quarter over quarter, and the core personal consumer expenditure price index, which will let us know exactly what's going on. And then Fed Chair Powell speaks. Oh, and big one, I almost missed it, the Jackson Hole Symposium. Basically, people from around the world, well, our Federal Reserve and all the central banks basically get together, basically talk, and some of the financial institutions, and talk about the financial outlook for the global aspect of that. And that's basically the events that are coming up next week. So now let's go over to the charts and see what we can see. Starting out on the dollar. As you can see, the dollar basically came down to this area here, which is I would call an order block zone, and it also bounced off of this trend line that I was talking about last week, and it rallied higher, which majorly affected a lot of the currencies. They all fell. On the US 30, on the Dow Jones, the Dow Jones basically hit this trend line, right? And you see it wicked it. And so now we are looking for this to basically probably fall. It also went into overbought territory on my stochastic. All right, so basically we're looking for this to basically fall again. I don't believe it's going to continue to raise as the dollar goes up. And let's go to gold. Gold is long, as you can see. It's still long on the COT, but it went into this zone over here, which is an order block zone, and we got a lower close candle, and it basically ripped right through this monthly support line, so it's falling. So even though the COT is long, price action is short. Excuse me. Bitcoin is falling. Wow, because of the dollar strength. It was on a small little rally You know, it was a little small retracement, but now we've got a low closed candle, and who knows how low it can basically go. I see this weekly um, uh, support line down here at 10,000. So we're going to aim for 10,000. On oil, oil basically is here in this above this support line, but it is basically look like it's going to coil and range around this area before it actually continues to fall. I think it's going to continue to fall, even though the COT says that it's long, because it hit its highest level over here, and now it's kind of coming down, the only thing, something that I basically saw in the news is that the Nord pipeline in the Eurozone is basically going to be shut down from the 28th to September the 2nd. So that might affect some prices. On the loonie rallied this week because the dollar was very strong. So if anything, what could happen is it could break out and break above this 200, and I believe it'll probably rally higher. So I'm bullish on that. Even though on the COT, the CAD, the Canadian dollar is actually long, but the dollar, the USD is going to be stronger. On the euro, because of the dollar strength, it fell. So what you see here is this actually rallied up to this point here, the 50, and now it basically is falling down towards parity. So we should probably get some below parity numbers coming up this week. And on the pound also fell, and it fell below what I call this balance area. And we are targeting 115 as the low, 1.15 as the low, and then we'll see what basically happens with that, because what's happening here is you're getting divergences. So this is the first divergence here. This coming off of here would be the second. And I don't know how much lower it'll actually go below that, but that would be a third divergence, and that is a real red signal for this to basically retrace back up into this area here, where this weekly, it would be resistance line is at. Alright, and as you can see on the COT, it is short. Alright, so with that, that's my weekly outlook for just some of the currencies that I normally watch and go over. And if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me comments with any questions or any congratulations on my analysis. So it's always appreciated. And so this is Possible saying knowledge is power, be power hungry, and power to the people. And this is Possible signing